staggering volume of the cash deposit is all largely since 19, and it has gone. This is post. This is during. Basically, if you see, we are talking about India going digital, and this is during COVID. Actually, a lot of these transactions. So basically, cash transactions were nearly had gone down during COVID, but their cash deposits are increasing. In the bank breakup I've given you, ICICI Bank at the maximum 13,000 crores, upwards of that. Then of course State Bank and then other banks, etc. etc. Cash collection. First of all, customer defaults, cash collected deposited in bank accounts, field collection, time lag. So there are a lot of things that cash collection itself is a big red flag. Now I'm giving you a case study of Axis Bank case study. Cash management CMS, the primary order involved thousands from Axis Bank itself in 3 consecutive years in 19 and 20 through about little less than 300 transactions, 1,539 crore were deposited. The primary method involving line peaked so much in 1920 through 971 separate entries in the account. The breakup of the Axis Bank deposit. In 1920, you can see the amount 1,539 crores, and then 2021, 21-22. I mean, it's going down, and other banks are taking over. I'm just showing. So nearly IndusInd Bank, again we have given you a breakup of how much money went to IndusInd Bank, total deposits. So basically what I'm trying to tell you is that this is, if I take it at face value, I mentioned points about ECS, direct debit, digital payments. So basically in a digital payment era, you are doing cash collections, and it shows that your credit quality is not good enough. And if your credit quality is not good enough, it's not reflecting in the annual reports of Chola. Nowhere have they said that their turnover is so huge in cash, and nowhere have they mentioned ever that these 50 lakh operators give them the money to they return the money in loans. I mean, nowhere have I at least read it in their annual reports or media reports. Nothing of that sort has come out. Then of course there's the income tax and KYC compliance that they have not done. Section 2690 of the income tax expressly says that anything above 20,000 rupees has to be declared with PAN number and name, etc. And this compliance, to the best of our knowledge, has not happened over several years for Chola. Non-performance assets, of course, if there are delays, I mean, if you are sort of defaulting on a loan and you're paying in cash, all this has to reflect in your balance sheet and credit worthiness of the. Then comes the credit rating agency complicity. We talked about ratings, and ratings is and auditors. Now, mentioned briefly, if I am a rating agency and I am taking fees for ranking you or giving you rating A+ or whatever, whatever rating I am giving you, and my sister concern is taking professional fees. So there is a big conflict of interest. I'm not talking about the fees, I'm talking about this conflict of interest both with the rating agencies as well as auditors, where basically sister concerns of the rating agencies are taking in huge amounts of consultancy work, professional fees, and their other arm is doing their rating. Same thing with auditors. Your auditors are taking money for auditing the company, and the sister concerns are taking professional fees. So is there a Chinese wall between the two, that the people who are doing the ranking or the auditing are not talking with the people who are doing professional consultancy for the group? And has the group declared in anywhere that this conflict of interest and have they addressed it? No. Multiple points of breakdown, as I said, the banking system, FIU, tax, rating agencies, auditors, RBI oversight about the banking violations. They've taken in so much cash. What kind of regulatory oversight is the RBI doing on this huge cash deposits? The banks are supposed to report suspicious transactions. If so much cash is coming into the system, has the bank done the KYC of all the individual 50 lakh so-called truck operators who are putting in money in Chola? Cash collection, as I said, deposited without proper, it's a PMLA risk. If I don't know who has deposited this cash, it is a PMLA risk. Of course, unknown sources. Now let us come to the quantum of the diversion and related party transactions, more than 10,000 crores that I was talking about. This is a very interesting, the 3,040 crore insurance diversion. Let me just explain. Chola has a company, Chola General Insurance, which is 60% owned by Chola Holdings, which is a listed entity. And 40% the partner is Sumitomo of Japan. So what this company does, without related party disclosures, is that the premium it has earned, the earnings from the premium it has earned, it distributes 3,040 crores to 9 Chola Murugappa Group entities, 9 or whatever, listed and unlisted. So it distributes as work contracts, it distributes as professional fees, it distributes as earnings to these. So this is at the cost of the minority shareholder, the Japanese Sumitomo, and also the shareholders of Chola Holdings, which is a listed company, which owns 60% of this company. So you are basically diverted nearly 30% of the earnings of this country, close to 3,040 crores, to these other entities. So I've explained all this here. Insurance commission, the amount, 30%, professional fees, concealed related party, work contract. This is how the money has gone to other related party concerns of, related party transactions of Chola to these other Murugappa Group companies without disclosures. So you have deceived the Japanese partner. It has international ramification, obviously, and it has this joint venture sort of structure. As a partner, Sumitomo was also entitled to these profits, but which would close as a 40% partner, which would be close to 1,200 crores. SPV is receiving insurance fund, Chola Business Services, and these are all other. Chola itself has earned a lot of insurance money by bundling sort of forced selling of insurance with their vehicle sales. Concealment only disclosure it is for some. So out of all this entire thing, they disclose only 116 crores out of 3,000. This entire insurance transaction, which Chola is now going and sort of thumping down. We have declared. I'm categorically saying that only 2,000 odd crores of it was declared as related party transactions, and in this particular instance, only about 116 crores out of this whole.